Hello, Manar.
Hey, hi, Teo. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome, Teo. Welcome to
Welcome.
the second Metabolic Health Conference. My name is Mandar Gadre. I am a metabolic health consultant and a proud member of DLife.in. DLife is India's oldest, biggest, and the only award-winning low-carb platform. Shashikant Iyengar and Anup Singh bring to you this historic and scientific feast from India, and it is titled Metabolic Therapies. And let's now meet our very special guest for this session, Prasetyo. Teo is an engineer by training and quite famous on social media, actually. He's known by his large following of more than 350,000 followers. And he was called to this health related mission, by his very young son, Alif, who was born with cerebral palsy and suffered from epilepsy as a baby and a young boy. And Teo was able to cure his son of seizures and using ketogenic diet and transform his own health also by losing weight and getting quite fit, as you can see. And then Ketofastosis was born. So Ketofastosis, it has become a thriving and very well organized grassroots revolution in Indonesia, dedicated to educating and supporting lay people as well as clinicians all across, the sprawling archipelago of Indonesia, and teaching people about the healing power of low carbohydrate diet. And Teo had also interestingly hosted a low carb Indonesia conference in April of 2019. So he has had a long journey of his own health as well as his son's and family's health. So very warm welcome to you, Teo. I'm quite excited to talk to you.
Me too. Thank you, Mandar. Thank you for having me.
Great. Thanks for joining us. So let me start, for me as well as for the audience, could you please share, your background in brief, and what was the trigger for you to start looking at nutrition and human physiology in quite a detail?
Okay, thank you. Well, I'm not a doctor. For the first, I'm not a doctor, okay? I'm just an engineer. I graduated from electronic engineering, majoring telecommunication engineering. And my background is I was a businessman. I'm doing automotive paint industries for car refinish. That's what I do. Then at 2008, 2007, I got married, my wife. Then I have my son, Alif, at 2008. For exact is September 29, 2008. That's Alif is our first son, and he's the hope for every family. The first son is always their biggest hope for everything, right? But that's the moment when I start looking for physiology is because my son, when he was born, he looks fine. But at June 2008, if I'm not mistaken, if at June 2009, when he's about 6 months old, he had a seizure. After the seizure, the doctor told me that he have cerebral palsy, which is shown by the MRI that he has ventriculomegaly. Like our brain has the two ventricles, right and left ventricle. He has a very large ventricle at the left. So the right side of his body is weak. That's when I got shocked. My wife got shocked, and I'm beginning to search how to cure him. At the beginning, because I'm just a common ordinary people, then I don't know anything about health. Perhaps I want to show you. Can I share screen?
Yes, please. Go ahead. Yes.
Okay. I want to show you. This was me and Alif. This is at 2009. That's how big I am. I was 114 kilo.
Are you, just a sec, are you sharing your screen? I think they not come up yet.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yes, we can see it
Yeah.
now.
Okay. This is Alif. It's about 2 months old or 3 months old. I forgot, but this is 2009.
Mm-hmm.
That was me. That how I was very fat. I was 114 kilo, but at that time I don't care about my appearance or my obesity status. I don't care because I don't think about myself. I don't think about health at all. I'm not understand about how to be healthy.
Mm.
Like most people, we just eat what we like, and my lifestyle is really not good because I
Mm.
always eat, etc. That's what I live. But today, I was I was getting leaner because I have changed my lifestyle.
So just so we know, when you're showing this photo, right? So around this time, what was your typical way of eating, and your lifestyle?
Uh, Today, my lifestyle is uh, my behavior, 24-hour behavior is five five items. This is fasting, moving, relaxing, feeding, and sleeping. This is the basic 5 pillars of Ketofastosis lifestyle, which I invented and I train warriors. Warriors means the members of Ketofastosis family to do the same thing, to do fasting, moving, relaxing, sleeping. Oh, sorry, feeding and sleeping. That's how I get leaner, and hopefully I'm healthier. I feel better than when I was young. That's what I'm doing now.
Nice, nice. Congratulations. So
Yeah.
when you showed us that photo of 2008-9, right? So I'm guessing that you are almost doing all of the things opposite of what you just said, right?
Very the opposite. I'm the worst scenario of carb eater. Everybody see now, they see me back then. I'm the worst case scenario of carb eaters because I just love carbs. I mostly eat carbs like noodles, fried rice, etc. I eat all 4 to 5 times a day. I just feel hungry, and perhaps I was already pre-diabetic because
Mhm.
when I check my fasting glucose is about 150 to 160 milligram per deciliter.
Wow. So when this trigger happened in your life because of your son, right? So when you started searching on your own some of these answers, what surprised you the most compared to what you had heard from the doctors or the mainstream advice?
So the trigger actually is very simple. I was a technical background.
Mhm.
I love learning things like when I'm an engineer in electro telecommunication, but my business is paint industries, which is chemical.
Mhm.
I I do I understand chemical about paint refinish because I love it, not because I learned it. I love it and I I love it and I learn it and I understand and I have a business about it.
Mhm.
So what happened with Alif is I tried to talk to every doctor. Back then I was
Mhm.
trying to talk what really happened with my son. And I don't understand about cerebral palsy back then. I don't know what cerebral palsy is, which is how can his brain, his ventricle getting enlarged. One of the doctors told me, your son has a very thin myelin,
Mhm.
on the ventricle side. Yeah,
Mhm.
because the ventricle megaly. So I asked, so what is myelin? We make the how can we make the alif myelin back to normal? You
Mhm.
can't. The doctor said you can't. He's already cerebral palsy. He won't be able to walk. The doctor also said he cannot talk also. Perhaps he will get sick a lot. And it was proven at the beginning that my son really weak. Uh, he up to 1 year old he can only rolling. He cannot
Mhm.
stand up. just rolling in the bed, just like that. I'm very concerned, but I'm also researching about this myelin, like common people do, which doesn't understand physiology of humans. I bought a supplement of bovine myelin. How ridiculous of me! And I thought that if I supplementing my son with this bovine myelin, his myelin should grow. That's what I thought before.
Right.
Because uh, I bought it online from Australia. I forgot the brand, but it was intended for multiple sclerosis. But I think it's the same because myelin. I hope this myelin can help Alif, but nothing happened. I'm wasting lots of money to buy this very expensive supplement bovine myelin. Then I'm doing my research. I try to learn with every doctor that I meet. Even when I'm consulting with the doctor, every time I bring Alif and I'm consulting to the doctor, I'm willing to pay more just to get the knowledge. But
Yes.
most doctor won't won't give me the time to learn from them. And all the answer is the same. Cerebral palsy is a lifetime. It's a lifetime. Because my Alif won't be like the other normal kids. And back then I won't give up. Then I try to search more about this myelin. What is this myelin? I don't know about nutrition at the beginning. I don't know about ketosis. I don't know about fasting. Only myelin. Only this myelin. When I search about this myelin, I try to learn like from the beginning. What is myelin? Oh, myelin's. Can I also
Sure.
explain with my
Yes.
screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. Just a moment. Okay, this is the white methylation, the
Yes.
ventriculomegaly, which make the myelin is thinner because it's not myelinating. Then this is what myelin do. Myelin is like as an insulation for our nerves.
Right.
Yeah. So the myelinated axon can transmit the action potential faster than the unmyelinated one. So if one have a thin myelin or demyelinated myelin, so it will have a very slow action potential to this job. That's why Alif have his right side of his body very weak because demyelination, very
Right.
low myelin. Okay. This is how myelin do, what action potential do.
Understood.
Yeah.
So thicker the myelin, of course, the brain functions better. You can learn better, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Then
Perfect. And then, sorry, if I may ask, so when you started to find out about myelin, and what was the dietary connection that you found? How is it connected?
dietary is very far away. Dietary is very far away. Nutrition is very far away from what I learned. And I'm not learning like everybody else. Hey, today everybody else just looking for what diet to help them. I'm not like that because as an engineer, I always start from the very basic. Like I don't know how to make a motorcycle or a car. I must break down the part to know what this is function for. That's how I learn. That's how
Absolutely.
I learn everything. Yeah. So from this myelin, the word that the doctor gives me, I learned that the process of making myelin is made by a cell called oligodendrocyte. Oligodendrocytes is a myelinating cells for the neuron in our brain.
Okay.
These oligodendrocytes using cholesterol.
Hmm.
Cholesterol is the basic ingredient for making myelin. So I think cholesterol is the basic ingredient for myelin. But why the bovine myelin doesn't work? So that's when I found how humans have blood-brain barriers.
Mm-hmm.
The humans have blood barriers that cannot be impacted by any large submolecule or substance like cholesterol
Mm-hmm.
and even fatty acid. Even fat cannot penetrate the blood-brain barrier. That's that's what I found at the beginning. So if we eat fat and cholesterol, and our brain is made up from the brain content is very large of cholesterol content, but the cholesterol in the body cannot go up there.
Okay.
So how the brain is getting the cholesterol? That's
Mm-hmm.
my question at the beginning. So I'm learning again about this. I'm curious how the brain get the cholesterol, because brain is so full of fat, but the brain doesn't have access to fat in the blood circulation. That's it's very weird to me. From human
Mm-hmm.
physiology point of view, that's very weird. We have our fuel tank in the body as body fat, and the brain is the very energetic organ that needs energy all the time, but doesn't have the accessibility to access the body fat, the fat that will be being released in the circulation.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a strange looking engine for me. Why the human body is designed like that? Why the main motor in the brain of the human cannot identify fat as their energy, but other organ can, like the heart, the liver, muscle, everything can. Every organ in our body can use directly of fatty acid or even
Mm-hmm.
cholesterol, but
Yes.
not our brain because of the blood-brain barrier. That's as an engineer, I was very curious about this. So I found a paper. The paper is not about keto, but I found the preferential use of ketone
Mm-hmm.
as a substrate for cholesterol synthesis. That's when I understand that for all the need of fat of cholesterol for the building block in our brain, the brain must synthesize itself. The brain cannot take it from the circulation, but it must synthesize itself for triglyceride and even cholesterol. That's that's the moment when I know the word ketone. I don't know about ketosis yet. I don't know about ketogenic. I just know ketone. So as an engineer, I searched even more. What is this ketone? And you
Mm-hmm.
know what I found in the paper? Back then, at 2009, 2010, ketogenic is not popular. Perhaps
Mm-hmm.
Atkins, but I'm not founding Atkins back then.
Mm-hmm.
If I type ketone, all the research paper that shown up is starvation.
Mm-hmm.
Ketone is identical with starvation,
Mm-hmm.
the normal physiology of starving people. This makes me confused. If I want my son to get better, should I starve him? This starvation makes me thinking. And then after I thinking more and more, and also I learned about the Cahill paper about the fat starvation experiment.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that ketone is like the basic fuel for human being.
Mm-hmm.
And I also found paper that even babies are born in ketosis, the basic fuel of human. So that's how I understand. And when I found, because I found starvation, ketone from starvation, I look on evolutionary biology. I look on the timeline when starvation is normal. It's not a negative word like us. Starving is really scary. Fasting is intended to be done by someone. But when starvation is normal, and not have negative effect to human
Mhm.
is when we condition it on ancestral timeline, which is there's no food everywhere. So
Mm.
people must look first for their food. So they have a fasting window that you can avoid it. You cannot wake up and get food on your table right away. You have to work and find for your food. So there's no fasting back then. Just a window without food, and you have to move to look for your food, use your effort to get your food. This fasting window. That's why ketofastosis is started with fasting physiology, not
Mm.
with the nutrition at first. But then I learned more that to maintain this ketosis, of course, you have to keep the glycogen level in the liver low enough to make the liver keep converting fatty acid to ketone. Then I learned that the human, if the human eat carbs more than 50 grams,
Mhm.
then liver won't make ketone no more. So the nutrition comes after the fasting. And it makes sense for me from evolutionary standpoint because human being is a species like other species on Earth. We have our designated habitat ecosystem.
Yes.
Today's ecosystem is a man-made ecosystem. It's a obesogenic environment. While
Yes.
back then in the wild nature, we call it leanogenic environment. It's easy to make people lean on the wild environment because without unconsciously, if you live in the wild, like Mandar, if you go to the jungle without anything, you don't bring anything, and you just think to survive. You know what? You're already doing ketofastosis lifestyle,
Right.
which is you will be fasting the moment you
Mhm.
wake up in the jungle in the morning.
Yes.
If you want to live, you have to find food, right? Then you have to move. Nobody will tell you to go to exercise, go to gym, etc. But you have to move to find your food
Mhm.
because you want to live. And why is the third is relaxing? Because of the solar cycle, solar time in the world, light and dark cycle.
Yes.
Without electrical, without lamps and everything, our technology today, our light, our ability to hunt is only when it's light at daylight.
Mm.
So even though back then we don't have watch, we don't understand what is time, but we know that it is midday, this is afternoon, it's almost dark, we have to go home, we have to give up for everything what we try to find, we have to relax and try again tomorrow. That's why after fasting, moving, we have to relax first. When we relax, our digestion will be ready to digest.
Mhm.
Then what we find in the nature must be very low carb. It's sure. Because we talk a lot about nutrition today, right?
Mhm.
We know many things about nutrition. We know about micronutrient within the nutrition. We know about macronutrient. Back then, do we know about anything what we eat? No. Unfortunately, no. But human is given a sensor built in to find the right food for him
Mhm.
or her, which is our tongue.
Right.
Our food preference is only based on palatability. What is
Mm.
palatable to our tongue, right? That's simple, just like kids. How kids choose food. They don't know anything about health, nutrition, but they choose snack because it's very tasty to them.
Right.
But okay, if Mandar, you live in the jungle, you you must try to find some food that palatable for you, right?
Mhm.
Many leaves, many leaves, many vegetables, but you won't eat them because it's not palatable.
Mm.
There's no ingredients, no processing of the vegetables to make it, no added fat to make it tastier. Just leaves. You won't eat it. With
True.
simple cooking, like only with fire, of course, animal source will be the most palatable for humans.
Hmm.
So without knowing nutrition, humans will always hunt everything that moves. That moves. He will be curious and try to hunt them. The basic nutrition of human in the earth is only palatability. That's it. It makes sense with carnivore diet if
Hmm.
we see in ancestral timeline, because that's the only palatable food that available in the ecosystem. That's why if you live in the wild, you you already be low carb.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
guarantee that. And the
Yes.
five is sleeping. The sleeping. Why sleeping is
Mhm.
so important? Because we are designed by light and dark cycle circadian rhythm to get
Mhm.
our sleep right in time. People doesn't understand this. People um, sleeping is not very important. Wrong. Sleeping is the key to recover from any disease or illness. It happens during sleep. At awake, you can try fasting, exercise, eating healthy. None of that will work if you're not getting a good sleep at night.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, not long after dark, 1 to 2 hours after dark, I used to go to sleep early. I'm an early bird, which means early sleep, early wake. I sleep 7 for 8 hours, but I'm awake at dawn. I'm awake about 4 to 5 p.m., 5 a.m.
Mhm.
I wake up at
Looks like a bit of connection issue, uh, but it's lovely to hear your journey and how nicely explained to us, going all the way from finding about myelin and then going into what thickens that myelin, figuring out the role of cholesterol. I mean, you can see the very clear thought process that Theo has brought, and it's amazing to see his journey as well as his son's journey. Yeah, you're back to. Can we please unmute? Yeah, yes.
yeah, I think the signal.
No problem, no problem. So I want to quickly ask. So
Yes.
it was great to see, your thought process and a very good unfolding of, what all you kept finding out. So when you started giving this ketogenic diet to your son, how did he start responding? How long did it take for him to start improving?
I think it's about 2 to 3 months later. At the
Wow.
beginning, he still have seizure. He still have seizure because he got an epileptic too. So he still have a seizure, and we still use drugs for him to
Okay.
maintain the seizure low.
Mhm.
But after 3 months, the seizure is occasionally happen. But then I think it's really gone about 6 to 7 months later. It really disappeared until now. Till now,
Wow.
there's no more seizure. Till now. Oh, sorry. At 2 years old, he had one seizure only. I don't
Okay.
know because he doesn't sleep well back then, so he had seizure again, but only 1 to 2 times after that 7 month post ketosis. At 2 years of age and perhaps at 3 years of age, he had one seizure occasionally and disappeared until now.
Amazing. Amazing. Yeah. So seizures disappearing, that's a huge, progress. So can you, for
Since
our
he was a baby until now, he never eats carb. He never eats carb at all.
amazing, amazing. So, for our audience as well as for my knowledge, will this be called as remission or, what is it called? The way you have addressed it via nutrition.
Mandar, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes. So I wanted to ask the way that you have addressed, your son's condition with the nutritional change, and now that the seizures have essentially gone away, is this called remission? What would you call it?
Yes, I think it's remission, but not for his cerebral palsy. He's still a cerebral palsy person, but he is very better now. Perhaps I can show you the video at the beginning
Yes, please.
when he
Yes. We
was
would love to
still
see.
very okay. Just a moment.
Definitely. We would love to see. Yeah. Also, how old is he now?
He is 15 now. 15 years old.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Okay, I will show you. This is the first time he learned to walk.
Okay. And this is roughly age, this is couple of years old, 2 years old. You're on mute if you're trying to speak. Okay, so now he's able to walk with less support. Good. Very good progress. Very good progress. So happy to see that. Yeah, he's walking on his own. Very heartening to see, Theo. Thanks for sharing this video with us. See, this gives hope to, many of us who may come across cases like this within our family or friends, and understanding the connection with diet and lifestyle. I think you brought out all those points quite well. So thanks for sharing this story in detail. You have gone on mute, Theo. Yeah, I think this is one of your recent videos. Yes. Very nice. Very nice. He's so happy. Yeah. We are also very happy to see this. Well done. Well done. So this is so great. Yeah. Great to see him. Theo, hopefully I'm audible to you. Am I? Very cool. So yeah, all those who are watching, you see the power of lifestyle and nutrition change here, right? That's amazing to see. Congratulations. I mean, I think you have done a phenomenal job, getting him better in health, movement, all of that. And we are so happy to see the video. So
Yes, it's really with hard work and tears from me and my wife. We really hard. It's a hard work to make Alif
absolutely.
to be like this today. When the
Absolutely.
doctor back then told that he cannot walk, he's only going to stay in wheelchair for the rest of his life.
Right.
But I'm glad that our effort with this ketosis physiology to help ketone in using his brain using ketone as a fuel and also as a building block for myelination. And also the seizure that has gone is very moving for us to share this also with others.
Absolutely. No, it is so heartening for us to see as well. We can only imagine the kind of hard work that it has gone into this, and a lot of the typical mainstream advice that you may have gone against. In fact, some of it you explained already, right? And you have proven to yourself and to many other families that there is hope in this nutrition, and this is truly therapeutic. I mean, that's why the theme of all of this conference is talking about metabolic therapies, and that's why we are so happy to have you.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you, some of the couple of misconceptions. So maybe quickly, briefly, we can cover those. So one question that you may have gotten is, don't kids need carbs? How is it that he can stay in ketosis? How do you answer that? Don't they need carbs for growth? Yeah.
No, they don't need carbs for growth, because if you talk about carbs at physiological level, it's only glucose. Every carb that we eat only gives glucose to the blood. And without carbs, you already get enough glucose for yourself. That's why there's no such thing as an essential carbs. That's the basic one. But the point of growth, you need protein. Because protein is the real building block for growth. And also fat, because fat is also essential. And other micronutrients also. But only carbs, which give glucose to human, that's the only substrate or macro which is not essential for human. That's the basic thing. It's very, if we have to eat carbs, if the kids have to eat carbs to grow, then what about our ancestors who still live in the wild? They cannot cultivate, waiting for the harvest to get their son to eat. They must eat right away, so they hunt. Hunting and gathering is always the way of life of human beings since the beginning, but perhaps because our technology is far too advanced today, we get blind with the society. We ask ourselves what is normal today, and what is normal back then. Today breakfast is normal. Today sedentary is normal. Why should we go to exercise? Why should we have to walk? We have a car, motorcycle, because we love to be sedentary as the technology gives.
Right.
But when at the ancestral timeline, what is normal? Fasting is very normal. Today breakfast is normal. Not breakfast, doesn't have breakfast, is very normal, because you have to find your food. Moving is normal.
Yes.
That's why ketosis is very normal in ancestral timeline. Perhaps today timeline, ketosis is only seen normal as a therapeutic for ketogenic for epilepsy, etc. If you ask doctor, oh, that's for epilepsy. That's not normal diet. You cannot sustain ketosis too long. Just 3 months only, okay? No more. It's like ketosis is not a normal physiology today. But if you look at ancestral timeline, without ketosis, how you survive? How you can hunt your food in the wild, which is you have to chase it without food in your stomach. You cannot eat before work. Today you have to eat before work because you're not hunting. You're looking for money. That's a different kind of work. But in the wild, in the ancestral timeline, we don't look for money. We look for food. So if we already have food, why should we find food? So moving or doing intense exercise on a fasting state is very, very normal back then. And how humans do it is because the ketosis physiology, which giving the brain constant supply energy. That's the normal thing actually. But somehow it doesn't look normal today.
Yeah, thanks for busting that myth, because see, in India we have a big problem of protein underconsumption. People are very afraid of giving enough protein, healthy protein to the kids. There is this misconception which you addressed, that carbs are needed for growth. So I think it's an important message. So thanks for clarifying that. Also, maybe last quickly, if you could talk a bit about the community that you run, the Ketofastosis. We can clearly see how you came up with that name, right? Ketosis and fasting.
Yeah.
So
yeah, because
are you helping people with different conditions? Which kinds of conditions do you help them with through your community?
Yeah. Our community is like a family. We help each other. The one that have learned about ketosis and know well about ketofastosis lifestyle, they teach others.
Okay.
It doesn't have to through me, because I'm the founder. At the beginning, at about 2016, it's only 30 people, which directly consult with me, and I teach them. I still teach. I still take consultation every day through WhatsApp, like we use the WhatsApp, because
Mm.
WhatsApp application is very popular in Indonesia. So we usually have a WhatsApp group, and everybody consult me through WhatsApp. So my phone, my phone number, everybody, almost everybody has it, so they can WhatsApp me anytime they want if they have problem or they want to ask me. But mostly on the group, like a Facebook group, Telegram group, and WhatsApp group, our community is very supportive. The one
Okay.
that already doing Ketofastosis lifestyle for 1 to 2 years, we call it the senior, and the one who just tried to starting Ketofastosis lifestyle, we call it newbie, is getting
Mm.
help from the seniors. So
Amazing.
it's like Ketofastosis is like a paying forward system.
Perfect.
Paying forward is, if you get better with ketofastosis, help others. That's our motto. So that's
Yeah.
why it's like a snowball that rolling from 30 people in 2016 and today almost 400,000 people. And back then, only 1 to 2 doctors which join our community and doing ketofastosis lifestyle. But you know what? Today, we have almost 600 doctors all over Indonesia that doing ketofastosis and also promoting ketofastosis to their patients and also their colleagues.
Amazing. Amazing. Thanks for sharing this story. Quite heartening to see all the great work. So may I invite Shashi to join, please, and Anu?
Yo, hello.
Hello, Sashi.
How are you? Yeah, Anup may not be
Fine.
here. He's out somewhere. So, Teo, first of all, thank you very much for accepting my invite. And
You're
this is the
welcome.
second time you're addressing India. The first time we had a very good podcast in the D Life channel. And you coming in this platform and sharing this amazing knowledge and amazing story of an engineer going and learning about what ketogenic diet is, what fasting is about, and helping his son get out of this cerebral palsy thing. And it's amazing to see him walk. And this is a self-taught journey, which is just amazing. So it is not only restricted to your son, but that you are changing the landscape in Indonesia.
Yeah, thank you. I hope so. I'm glad because back then most people and especially the medical community very skeptic about this ketofastosis lifestyle.
Mhm.
Not about ketosis itself. Many people still think that it is ketoacidosis. They don't
Mhm.
understand anything about ketosis. But I'm very glad that today more and more people understand the real physiology of ketosis. Why ketosis is the basic primal metabolism of human being, the basic metabolism that human was born to use it to maintain health and to keep healthy. So what I learned from ketosis is the physiology of glucose sparing. We spare of using glucose. While today's physiology of humans is glucose tolerance. Everybody is trying, their body is trying hard to tolerate at glucose. Glucose tolerance. Try to tolerate glucose until they're intolerance again, which is insulin resistant. With ketosis, it's the opposite way. We try to spare glucose. We don't use glucose as much because we don't eat glucose source. That this basic physiology is like two different side of a coin. Sometimes we don't understand each other.
So thank
It's
you,
like
thank you,
always.
thank you very much. And we can have many more discussions. We look forward for a lot of collaborations from you. And on behalf of Anup Singh, the D Life, me, Metabolic Health India, Metabolic Health Conference, I thank you very much. So we'll meet
Thank you.
again, Teo. Thank you. Namaste.